Hey guys, it's Kiran here, back to you with another video. And today, let's take a look at this. This is the Nothing Phone 1 and I've been using it for almost a month now. So Nothing is led by the previous co-founder of OnePlus, Carl Pei, and I've been using the OnePlus 6 ever since its launch. And thanks to Carl Pei's experience at OnePlus, he's really focused on what's actually important, the experience and not the phone specs on paper. Nothing Phone 1 starts at $500 for 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage and goes all the way up to $580 for 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. So before going into details about this phone, there are kind of 2 points of view regarding this phone. First is that with a similar price, you can get the Pixel 6a, which has a superior CPU in benchmarks, the Google Tensor processor. But I don't think it's the right way of looking at it, since it's the core experience that matters. And the experience of using the Nothing Phone 1 is exceptional. The thing I most enjoyed about this phone is its haptic feedback. The haptic motor in this thing is exceptional. But let's get more into detail about that in a bit. Let's start with the unboxing first. As soon as you lay eyes on this phone, you'd probably think it's an iPhone, unless you take a closer and proper look, because it has a transparent rear panel with something unique, a party trick. It has a series of LEDs that lights up, creating patterns Nothing calls glyphs. The whole speech at the debut of this phone was that the phones now are getting pretty bland and Nothing wants to change that, and the glyph interface is Nothing's answer to that problem. It definitely turns some heads in public when the phone lights up. Nothing offers a bunch of pre-programmed ringtones and notification sounds with the glyph animations. You can also have a custom ringtone and Nothing will try to sync the glyph interface patterns with the music it's playing. But I always put my phone screen up with the always on display. So every time I use this phone, I have to remind myself to put it face down so I can enjoy the light show. But even if I do put it screen up, I'm greeted by a 6.55 inch 120Hz OLED panel with a resolution of 1080 x 2400. It also has the curved screen under the bezels on the bottom to maintain equal bezels around the display. It does have adaptive refresh rate but not LTPO, so it varies from 60 to 120 Hz. It gets plenty bright, making it clearly visible even in direct sunlight. It also has HDR10 Plus and 10-bit color support. At the top left of the screen, you can find the selfie hole punch camera. Both the back and the front glass panels are Gorilla Glass 5. On the back, you can also find the extruding cameras, which now is a trend in most of the phones. But it isn't extruding too much to the point where it wobbles significantly while typing it in on a table, for example. Let's take a detailed look at the camera later, but it has 2 lenses in the back, a recycled aluminium frame. It looks quite nice and the buttons are super clicky and hard to miss since they're actually quite big. The Nothing Phone 1 does have some quality control issues, at least with the first batch. Some units have dead pixels above the hole punch camera and some units have dust or mist forming behind the transparent back panel. But Nothing is on top of handling these problems, giving you a replacement if you encounter any of these problems. The Nothing Phone 1 has a mid-range Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G Plus, 8 or 12 gigs of RAM, 128 or 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage, Bluetooth 5.2, a 4500 mAh battery and an in-display optical fingerprint sensor. Snapdragon 778G Plus is perfectly capable of handling daily tasks and gaming without any lag or stutters. It feels really snappy and thanks to its haptics, the whole experience of using this phone is an absolute pleasure. The integrated Adreno 642L performs decently well even in resource-intensive games like Real Racing 3 and Genshin Impact. And thanks to this chipset, you also get 5G, reverse wireless charging, and great battery efficiency. The battery life is great, lasting me a day and then some more with normal usage, which is YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, some navigation, and even some gaming. And when it does eventually run out of battery, it has wired charging of up to 33 watts and wireless charging up to 15 watts. It also has reverse wireless charging of up to 5 watts, which is super useful and a welcome feature at this price point. I find myself using it more often than not to charge my Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. Another advantage of having the Glyph lights is that while using the reverse charging, it doesn't feel like a hassle to actually keep its screen down, because with other phones without the Glyph interface, I don't know when I receive a notification or any call since the screen is face down. But this, thanks to its Glyph interface, it almost feels natural to keep it face down. One place where they clearly cut corners with this phone is its IP rating. It is rated IP53. OnePlus also did a similar thing back in the day with their yearly phones. They didn't get an IP rating, but the phone was actually waterproof. With this, it is rated IP53 and it is IP53. So it offers only dust protection, so that it doesn't offer any water protection. Another small gripe with this phone is that it does come with a stereo setup. But the earpiece sound volume is slightly lower than the bottom firing one, so it kind of feels imbalanced. But it isn't a deal breaker to me since I come from the OnePlus 6, which only has a bottom firing speaker. Returning to positive things about this phone ships with nothing OS. And as the name suggests, it is just stock Android 12 with some few extra features. So it doesn't feel bloated with third-party softwares. It also has its own font and I really dig it. Nothing guarantees 3 years of software updates and 4 years of security updates, which is actually on par with other Android devices. Returning to the cameras, in the back you have a 50 megapixel main sensor and a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Both cameras are pretty good. The main sensor has both OIS and EES, which shows some great videos even with some slight movement. It can take up to 8K photos and 4K 30fps videos. And the Glyph light can also double as fill lights when shooting videos or taking photos. It takes great photos and videos as long as there's enough light. They have good vibrant color balance and details. Portrait shots are also pretty good and have excellent edge detection. In low light situations, the photos are still detailed for the most part. Low light videos, on the other hand, do struggle a tiny bit. The Glyph lights, while providing a softer and cooler light source, does have a really short throw, so you're kind of forced to use the dedicated LED flash to illuminate subjects slightly further from the camera. It would also be nice if they could add the ability to switch from the main sensor to the ultra-wide while shooting videos. But this is a software gripe and one which Nothing can easily fix through an over-the-air update. The Nothing Phone 1 also has a 16 megapixel selfie shooter, which is actually quite capable. It takes great photos and videos with good details and color balance. The portrait shots have good edge detection and are overall well detailed and vibrant. You can also download the Google Camera Mod too for this phone to take even better shots and videos, so feel free to try that out too. The Phone 1 takes great photos and videos with even footing with its competition, but it can't take on the best shooters out there. So, is it worth your money? The Phone 1 is competitively priced, and since it's their first phone, they absolutely blew it out of the park. The design is unique and the Glyph lights are eye-catching and super fun to use. At this price point where the competition offers mostly plastic builds, the aluminium frame makes it feel really premium. The software is great and bloatware free, the battery is excellent too. Overall, it is a well-rounded and solid package. But it does go against the Pixel 6a, which is known for its camera quality. So if you do really value camera quality, the Pixel 6a is probably a safer bet. And the Nothing Phone 1 also has some quality control issues, at least with the first batch. But so far, Nothing is doing a great job offering replacements and support if you encounter any of these problems. So if you do want to give it a try, you won't be disappointed. So that is my review of the Nothing Phone 1. Hope you guys found this useful and enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.